people make we shout, oh yeah, yeah. Mayegun don't come, oh yeah, yeah. Mayegun the command of the masses, oh yeah, yeah. Mayegun don't come, oh yeah, yeah. Mayegun the political, oh yeah, yeah. Mayegun don't come, oh yeah, yeah. This one not day of in mind, oh yeah, yeah. Mayegun don't come, oh yeah, yeah. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yeah, yeah. Mayegun don't come. Oh yeah, yeah. And people make you shout. Oh yeah, yeah. Mayegun don't come. Oh yeah, yeah. Mayegun the command of the masses. Yeah, yeah. Mayegun don't come. Oh yeah, yeah. Mayegun the political. Oh yeah, yeah. Mayegun don't come. Oh yeah, yeah. This man not the off in mind. Oh yeah, yeah. Mayegun don't come. Oh yeah, yeah. Aha. Now you not done here. All these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want to make the common man get. Mayegun àwa mọ̀, àmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ààrẹ.
Yeah, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you're watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, bó bá ṣe àní Mayegun máa wí.
Thank you very much for joining me. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Read the caption. Read the description of the broadcast. Key yourself into this. Agree, disagree. At least, do your part before we get started. Share the broadcast.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary,
Thank you.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. I'm here. Thank you very much. I have a quick announcement to make while we wait for others to join us, okay? The first thing I want to say is that to say a big, very, very big thank you to every one of you, Mayegun's supporters, wherever you are, all over the world. I want to use the opening tonight to especially say thank you to every one of you. For those who knew, for those who are familiar with when we started, remember, it all started as something of a passion, not something that we expected would become this. Now that we have built a community, I have personally witnessed your undiluted support. So in the last 10 years, for those who know my story very well, we have come a long way. And over time, I have been having a thought of how can I give back as well? In a way, based on what we have managed to become as a platform. So myself and my team. So we came up with this idea. It is just something to say thank you to especially those of you watching Mayegun and sharing Mayegun's broadcast everywhere, every now and then in Nigeria. Your effort has managed to kind of spread this message enough that I am feeling it too. So I have decided that from October, to my friends in Nigeria, my fans, it doesn't matter whether you like me or you don't like me. The fact that if every night or every now and then you are always on Mayegun's Diary Political, expressing your own self, I mean, yourselves too, just like I am doing. But somehow, I mean, it has made us a community in a way. So to my friends on Facebook, okay, I know that in the last 2 years, Facebook has deliberately, right, reduced the reach of my page. I have done all I could. Up to now, it is still the same thing. Only few of you will likely have the opportunity of watching Mayegun live on Facebook, okay? But for those of you who have that chance, whenever you join Mayegun from next month, from October 2022, there will always be this available top-up card of 50,000 naira for the fastest fingers among us. That will be on Facebook. You will get to know when, so that you'll be prepared. To my Nigerian fans who are based in Nigeria, yeah, and they are all, they are also subscribers to my, on my YouTube channel. Yours is going to always the same thing as well. Coming from October 2022, this platform will be making available, well, for now, the sum of 100,000 naira for 10 lucky winners. Now, this is how that is going to play out. It's just going to be a small, short session. I am trying my best to see more of you, because it's almost the same thing. More of you get access to this message, not just that money. Or if you are lucky, this is going to be indefinite, except something happened and my YouTube channel is gone. As long as my YouTube channel exists, this will be my own way of paying it forward and thanking every one of you who have stood by me all along. Sorry, I had to let you know that it has been in the pipeline for a while. So from October 2022, if you are a follower of Mayegun's Diary Political, it doesn't matter who you belong to or what your belief is, or your political ideology is, you can benefit from this. 10 people will be getting that 10,000 naira, every month, indefinitely. And as I'm blessed, I'll do more. Maybe someday I will increase the number, increase the sum, and reach out to more people. The purpose there is to just say thank you. But the main thing is what you did for myself, for yourself, for this community is so significant that whatever we can do for ourselves in this regard, you can't really pass it on, can you? So thank you very much. Share the broadcast before we get fully into this tonight.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
So meanwhile, in addition, by the way, I have over 500,000 followers on Facebook. 500,000. 99% of them don't even receive notification that Mayegun is live, because Facebook set it up that way, okay? So the few of you who got that chance, you only have access to that recharge card and the rest. The best you could do, which is always guaranteed and certain, because that one will be picked randomly. This is not going to be like a fastest whatever, okay? Is to take a moment, go on to Mayegun's Diary Political on YouTube. Just search for Mayegun's Diary Political on YouTube, right? And then subscribe. To my friends on YouTube already, especially every one of you who has been complaining that you kind of don't receive the notification anymore, I'm going to advise you to take a moment. I'm going to go and make myself a cup of tea. Then we're going to start fully, okay? Take a moment. Check that's your subscription as well, okay? Take a moment and check it and see if your notification setting is still on. I am going to be back in a moment.
Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Àkàndéṣe lẹ́gẹ̀ṣe aláwẹ̀ lọ́wẹ̀ ilé sátẹ̀mí ló kàn èmi ló kàn èmi ló kàn aláwẹ̀ lọ́wẹ̀ ilé sátẹ̀mí ló kàn àkàndéṣe lẹ́gẹ̀ṣe aláwẹ̀ lọ́wẹ̀ ilé sátẹ̀mí ló kàn. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Once again, good evening to you, good morning to you, and good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live once again. And if you have kind of settled down, read the caption and all that, let's start with today's trending topic. As it is, you have been following the crisis, call it crisis, okay, in PDP due to the same inequality, impunity, and the kind of northern settings that is meant to subjugate the rest of the country, which they love to deny, by the way. Something that has led to our turn or no our turn, which got with a wicket plate and his fingers burned. But he didn't leave, or he didn't get kicked out without leaving the mark. However, it's about the Igbo presidency. And Atiku was in Enugu today. You know, tomorrow, in 24 hours, they are meant to kick off their charade, which is a circus campaign. So, the Eastern political leaders, they hosted Atiku. And starting from the airport to the hall, and even before then, including what the supposed Igbo political leaders, right? What they said in defense of why Atiku is the roadway or roadmap to Igbo presidency in Nigeria. That has created a lot of kind of conversation around now, okay? But for us to balance the whole thing tonight, because that is exactly what I think would help us to understand the whole thing as they come, as they start happening, so to say, in this their charade election, okay? The Igbos kind of pitched their tent between PDP and partly APC. When I say Igbos, for the past 23 years, right? Somehow, Eastern Nigeria has been the, the Scotland of Nigeria, put it this way, in the UK, yeah, in the 80s and early 90s, when Labour Party was like, ruling, Scotland and the vote from Scotland are traditionally expected to be given to Labour Party. Whether the people are living in poverty, struggling with, terrible infrastructures, terrible health, and other stuff, as part of UK, whatever happens, no matter what, they will deliver and vote for Labour Party. That's exactly what PDP has been to the people of Eastern Nigeria. You know what? No matter what, it don't mean anything. Now PDP own the place. So that mentality of sort of, our base and all that has kind of, pushed the political representatives of the Eastern Nigeria, push them more to PDP. So when you see the present, the past, former president and all that stuff of political representatives in Eastern Nigeria, you will see their roots in PDP. I just gave you that background, okay? But over time, people have said the people of Eastern Nigeria said PDP has taken them for granted for so long that they created APGA. And APGA, right, could have possibly been the political parties in Eastern Nigeria, representing the people of Eastern Nigeria. But because those who went on to eventually formed or be part of that APGA, they had their roots in PDP traditionally. So when this 2023 charade popped up, and some are saying for equity, for justice, for this and that, Biafrans, if you don't want them to go, then you need to give them sense of belonging, like they did to the Yorubas in 1999 after they killed Abiola, that everyone just consensus, every party, give it to Yorubas, that could be done for the Igbos as well. You know what I mean? But the Igbo politicians of PDP, they will rather settle for their political survivor. So when everything calm down, they settled for Atiku. Now the problem now is how to now sell Atiku to the people of Eastern Nigeria who traditionally will vote for PDP in their own estimation before Obi. But when you come down to Yoruba land, put it this way, political class in Eastern Nigeria, they are rooting for Atiku and Tinubu as for their own political survivor. That's the stuff right there, right now, right? When you come down to Southwest Nigeria, Yoruba land, the Afenifere, they are also in trouble, or should I say, in one-on-one with Tinubu, who is a Yoruba man. Okay? Afenifere were saying Nigeria must be restructured, right? And not just that, after Bokwari, power must return back to southern Nigeria. Out of these two positions, APC, Egbekegbe, kind of followed one, right? Which is power should come back to southern Nigeria. Then Afenifere now kind of, take it a little bit further, and they said, for equity and justice, when that power returned to that southern Nigeria, it should go to the eastern Nigeria. Now, which means Afenifere eventually endorsed the only Igbo presidential candidate in the 2023 charade. They are Yoruba's socio-political organization, right? So they endorsed Igbo candidates. The Ohaneze, Igbo, political class of Igbo and Biafra, they endorsed Atiku from Arewa. So you'll be asking, okay, where is the position of Arewa in all of this? They stand to gain from everything as you outplay yourselves in the name of you want to save Nigeria. So don't worry, it's going to be a long night, too. But as it is, their campaign is starting in 24 hours, less than 24 hours. So today, Atiku was welcomed in Enugu. But before then, since Obi is out of the way, according to the political class in Eastern Nigeria, they believe that this guy, Emeka Ihedioha.
Nigeria is in search of a new leadership, and we cannot make mistakes. I understand the power matrix in our country. It's either we get involved or we're not involved. There are two parties at the end of the day in the election: the PDP and the APC. APC. And the Boki. And Doshi. And Dam. You have only one alternative. Only Boy is a saboteur aspiration. Let me tell you, after Atiku Abubakar, the next president will come from southeast of Nigeria.
So that's the agreement. You know the story and what led to Peter Obi having to pick race. I'm not going to take you through that tonight, but I want you to continue to follow this step by step so that sometimes before you point a finger at anyone as the reasons why something is happening to you or to anybody you know, sometimes you can even trace your own complicity in them. So pay attention. Atiku entered Enugu today after that watering of the ground for him. Listen, in this case, as we have done our homework very well. Atiku said the Igbo will become president of Nigeria after him. And that is where the Igbos are going with Atiku to show the solidarity. He landed in Enugu today.
Arrival of President Atiku Abubakar. Okay. Yes, I will do. Okay. Chief, how you doing? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I understand. Media man will organize. No, Tamalan say.
Move back a bit now, move back a bit.
Oh, lawyer.
Move back a bit. Come back a bit, come back a bit.
Waziri. Oh, yo, Waziri.
Come back, where they can pass. Come back. Let them pass.
Let's move.
Okay. Let's push back.
Let's push back.
Okay, Open up.
Chairman of our party.
Okay. This way.
Chairman of our party. This is the candidate for Federal House. Chairman of local government who can deliver. All the chairman of local
Stop pushing now. Let it easy now. You go see me. Let's move. Keep moving. Give way.
Give way.
give way. I know that's a long watch, isn't it? Maybe this next part is it's going to share you up. You saw Dino there. Dino. I'm talking about the same Dino that said this I think just yesterday. Remember?
Yes, are you narrowing the opposition strictly to the APC and ignoring the movement that the obedience seem to be bringing on board? If you saw what happened in Abuja a couple of days ago, that's beyond 4 people tweeting in the room. It looks to me like, there are now 7 people, and that 7 might be the number, the magic number, that Nigerians are waiting for.
My brother, there are 2 sets of people running this election. Okay. Just like if you go to court, they said federal government against federal government versus Dino Melaye and others. So in this particular case, you have Atiku and others. That's APC, Labour, NNPP, all of them are others in this regard. And I want to tell you that to assemble crowd is just for you to bring out money. Mobilization is very, very cheap in this country. People are hungry. If you go to Yanya, you go to Mararaba, people who have been loaded in buses from Lugbe, from every part of this country to come and stand and say they are supporting them. But let it come to the election. I think Peter Obi was in Osun and he spoke in Osun, and we saw the results of it.
You the year, people are hungry. It is so easy to mobilize people to go and say they are standing for this or that. But the Canary Dino at his best, I think he's going to be the chief court jester when Atiku could become your president. So, Dino Melaye will be the chief court jester, the one that will be entertaining the king, dancing like, you know what I mean? Something like that. So here is Dino telling the Igbos why Atiku is the best for them when they finally got in. But you know why they are at that place, right? At the entrance, this is how Atiku was welcomed, just briefly. So probably they paid them to mobilize them too. I don't know. I mean, you tell me. Dino telling the Igbos the Atiku's agenda and why he is the best.
Where is Dan Ulas? Wait, look at that. I can continue to count and count and count. So when we say, you know that if I call your state, you don't shout Atiku Okowa. That means you have already pronounced it. Igbo State! Atiku Okowa! Correct. Anambra! Atiku Okowa! Atiku Okowa! Then Abia! And you really want to show that you vote Atiku, clap your hands. With what I saw when we came in, I decided that I am going to appreciate God Almighty. This Buruburu, God will bless you. God will bless you right about. Deputy Governor of your state, God will bless you. Chineke idima
I saw the crowd from the airport, and on the street, everybody was shouting, say Atiku, say PDP. Then I decided in my heart that this God that we are serving, Genesis chapter 18 verse 14 said there is nothing important for God to do. And I said, before I leave this place, I must sing a hymn where we walk with the Lord in the light of His word. What a glory He shows on our way. When we do His good, then abide and sing. What a glory He shows on our way. Oh, trust and obey. For there's no to be happy than to trust and obey. Thank you very much. PDP, and I want to announce to you that Atiku Abubakar is a friend of the Southeast. Let me tell you, the personal doctor and physician of Atiku Abubakar for over 20 years is an Igbo man, and he's still with him. Dr. Igbo, stand up, stand up. That's his personal doctor of over 20 years. Then the man when they cook for Atiku, where Atiku they chop, he has been with Atiku for over 34 years. Morris is an Igbo man from Delta. His bosom boy who became his friend, and now he became a governor, has been his boy for over 20 years. There is personal friend, his friend and ally of over 20 years. Senator Melobi is here. Also, somebody has been with him from 19 calendar. I've been seeing him with Atiku. Honorable Craig, where are you? Honorable, look at him here. I am just giving you some very few. Where is Dan?
How many of you kind of feel like the microphone was kind of scared of Dino? The way Dino was screaming into that microphone. The microphone kind of feel like, man, the spirit of that microphone leaving the microphone few times. Did you notice that? I told you he's gonna be a very good court jester for Atiku. All he has to do is just to dance for him, entertain him, and they will say is the chief jester to the president of Nigeria. You don't know what you are all putting yourself into, Abi. Now, the reasons why Igbos should appreciate Atiku. He said more. I don't know if you are bored. Would you like to listen to more? I know you would like to. Hopefully the microphone will not be so scared this time around. Still talking. Dino, tell us more.
Where is Dan Unas? Wait, look at that. I can continue to count and count and count. So when we say Atiku is detribalized, we are not looking for emergency friends. Over. Now that the battle is over. play for people here now. Now that the battle is over, we are more than conquerors. Thank you very much. The next one I will sing, and I will play. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you a young man who was born in Jada, only child of his mother, walked barefooted on the streets of Jada, rose to become a civil servant, become an economic giant, become a manufacturer, became the highest employer of labor in northeastern Nigeria, became the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and is the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Atiku. Mr. President, we are very happy. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Tinubu. Thank you.
So that was Enugu. I think Atiku also had a few words too, reassuring the Igbos. Once I become president, after me, I can promise you this: one of you is going to be the next president of Nigeria. I mean, in Atiku's words.
The vice presidential candidate of our great party, former governors, members of the National Working Committee, senators, distinguished party leaders, ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by sincerely apologizing to the leaders and stakeholders of the Southeast Zone who got the notice for this meeting rather late or even failed to get it. I'm also told that the party did not liaise properly with the zonal officials regarding arrangements for this meeting. But you went ahead and made the arrangements anyway. I will definitely let the party know so that we'll do better in the future. This past week has been a very difficult one for me, and I'm sure that must have contributed to my not getting a timely briefing on the arrangement.
And I think I will just save you the breath, save you your breath of whatever is probably going to add to it. So you've heard it. But like I said, if you are an Igbo man and you are raging right now, all these Igbo leaders, all this and that, calm down, oh. Okay? Because in Yoruba land too, then they hold punch like this. They look for who to punch on the face because Afenifere said they don't fancy Tinubu and APC, Egbe. And that has now created the same feeling that some of you who are Biafrans, who are Igbos, watching all of that since because of, maybe because of Obi. Abi, in Yoruba land, the Afenifere called a quick meeting to remind everyone that this is their position. And you know what the response is?
Adebanjo said these at a press conference held in Lagos today. Adebanjo said to keep Nigeria one in 2023, every Nigeria should be Obi Dati compliant. Obi is running for Aso Rock's top job alongside Dati Baba Ahmed. Those are the words of Chief Ayo Adebanjo. Take a listen to him.
The Igbo people of the Southeast have never tasted presidency in Nigeria. And now the power is due back in the South. Equity demands that it be ceded to the Igbo. We cannot continue to demand that the Igbo people remain in Nigeria while we at the same time continue to brutally marginalize and exclude them from the power dynamic. Peter Obi is the person of Igbo extraction that the Afenifere has decided to support and to back. He is the man we trust to restructure the country back to federalism on the assumption of office. We will not compromise this principle of justice, equity, and inclusiveness because one of our own, Ashwajiwala Tinubu, is a front-line candidate. It is on this principle we condemn the PDP for sponsoring Atiku Abubakar, a northern Fulani Muslim, to succeed General Muhammad Buhari, another Fulani Muslim, who enjoyed the labor.
You heard that, Abi? They stated their position and why. But historically, Afenifere also they saw through, maybe because of their past relationship with Tinubu, they saw through the brutish tyranny and then corrupt, murderous tendencies that are known with Tinubu. With Boko Haram. So they stayed away. But with Tinubu and others, Boko Haram won anyway. So in 2015, Afenifere endorsed Goodluck Jonathan. In 2019, Afenifere endorsed Atiku, this same Atiku. But they have stated why they said they believe that now for the equity, just like he said, an Igbo man should be. But in Yoruba land right now, those Baba to the Lagos Abobakus, all the Batidiots and the rest of them, those Babas, they are the highest betrayers of the land. Same way you just called those PDP politicians there, the betrayers of Eastern Nigeria. I'm still coming, I'm not done. So, Tinubu met with Baba Adebanjo and told him that he wanted to be president of Nigeria. And you know, you probably followed that at the time. If you didn't, I'll remind you. That Baba told Tinubu that the first mistake that you used Yoruba's name to curry support for a murderous dictator, a tyrant, Boko Haram, that goodwill, you blew it. You told Yorubas, APC, Egbekegbe is coming to restructure Nigeria. APC, Egbekegbe is coming to, when they restructure, they will allow everyone to control their own affairs, resources, including protect themselves with their own, whatever form of protection, like state police. You told Yorubas that today, right, you are still alive. Boko Haram and his gang, they are asking people what is restructuring. To hell with restructuring and the rest of that. Now, on what wheel are you planning to now push Yoruba again into APC trap now that you are not even feeling well? That was what Baba told him. And he made the news and he said, well, whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. That's what he told the Baba. So then they took